Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables, and this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time, ever since I joined VeVe as the new community manager. This is my first month or so, recap, and I want to talk also about the current conditions of VeVe, the community, and some perceptions versus reality, and just, give you guys some insight into like how things have been going and clear a few things up as well. So this is not an official VeVe video. This is just me, MyCollectables, on my channel with you guys, talking to you once again. And thank you so much for sticking around and waiting. I know it's been a little bit of time since I've had a video here, but I've been working super hard at the team. Now, let's get right into this, you guys. I want to talk about how things are going right now in the community. I know, and I'm on socials, I see, a lot of people are feeling certain ways, about the drops that have come up, specifically about the Blackpink, but we're going to talk about that in just a second as well. But also, I really wanted to let people know that the VeVe team for sure is taking in all the feedback that everyone's giving 100%. Now, it may not seem that way. There's perception out there that VeVe does not listen. Of course, VeVe listens. Some things take time to be obviously updated, specifically around a certain drop or the amount of numbers that are being released, things like that, but VeVe's always taking in this feedback. That's part of my main jobs of working at the company that I've loved so much, is to be able to take that feedback in and obviously, work on future stuff. So you'll see things down the road that definitely address some of the concerns 100%. And it's actually very fascinating for me being somebody now on the other side where I know the things that are coming, most of them. And I can assure you guys that you're going to be very happy with some of the stuff that VeVe is going to be doing in the future here and releasing. We can't tell you yet, but that's all going to be coming in the meantime. But I did want to talk about for sure, just the kind of community sentiment that's going on right now. I've been off air for a little while, officially on this channel, of course, as I've been in the role of community manager, and obviously making videos and doing things with VeVe and the team. And, but I've been watching and monitoring the community very closely, making sure that the socials on, VeVe themselves are nicely safe for people to go and, collect with and share with and, feel comfortable going on there and actually, having a great time with our stuff and, removing a lot of the toxic negativity that just kind of plagues, social media platforms from time to time, and allowing people with true feedback to kind of come to the forefront, with their great ideas and insights and comments and allow those people to get the spotlight for sure. So we've been doing a lot of that, but the community itself, you can see right here that we're going through ups and downs. As always, right now, there's a little bit of a negative sentiment going on right here. Obviously we're aware, VeVe, I've covered this so many drops on this channel over the years with you guys that that we go through ups and downs all the time, with specific drops or how market conditions are going and all sorts of stuff right here. So you can see just a few weeks ago, VeVe had sold multiple drops off in a row. And then here we go through a little bit of a lull in this kind of time period right here for sure. So, you just got to stick with the, you don't get too high and don't get too low because there's so many great things coming. I wish I could tell you for sure. Now, the engagement has been absolutely unbelievable, specifically around the Blackpink. The last couple of weeks has been almost like I've never seen it before. And there's a lot of people, speculating about how many new users we have or didn't get and all of this kind of stuff. And, they're not getting the inside information, the numbers from the team. Obviously that stuff is internal, but we can assure you that there's tons of new signups, tons of new downloads. It's just converting them over into being collectors on the app. And this reminds me a ton of the time when Marvel Comics first showed up in 2021. On this platform. I wasn't even here then. It took me a couple of months for myself to even find out what VeVe was. And I'm a massive comic collector, own my own shop and everything. And during that time, I didn't even know that VeVe was dropping Marvel Comics. It wasn't until a good friend of mine let me know that the actual platform itself was dropping comics and asked me if I'd heard about it, and I hadn't. So I went and looked it up and I found VeVe and I saw and I downloaded the app. After a couple of days of checking it out, of course, and then it took me a little bit of time before I even went in there and bought anything. I bought actually the first one I did was Web of Spider-Man 118, the first Ben Reilly comic there. That was my first ever comic or drop that I ever did on this platform. And I missed out on the original first few days, a few weeks or so and months of the Marvel comics that came, those beautiful comics. I really wish I would have had some in the store still available for me to buy at $6.99 back then, but they were gone. And Blackpink is another interesting one right here that this company is planning on, and moving forward in regards to a new kind of style of collector, a new audience that, obviously is getting to know our platform and, hasn't really been in the digital collecting space that long. This is natural. This is normal. And it's actually amazing to have still collectibles available in the shop for when people do show up, just like I would have liked Marvel Comics 1 to be there when I showed up 2 months after the fact, because I hadn't even heard of it yet. But the marketing push behind this whole thing has been unbelievable. And you can see, like in the socials, we've actually had a ton of engagement this whole week, which hasn't translated into huge sales at this particular time. But that's, VeVe has a long-term plan about this kind of stuff with a new audience and a new fan base and a new genre of collecting that is now being introduced to a whole new group of people. So this is kind of the ups and downs and kind of how it goes in this early stage of digital collecting. So it's important for the community to make sure they keep the perspective, not get too high when things go really great and sell out, not get too low when we go the other way, and slowly build as we go along. Now, VeVe has huge plans for the future, and working at the company with the team has been amazing because I've been able to meet so many great people who are just killing it in terms of like working all day, all the time, putting in their tons of best efforts. A lot of people that work at VeVe will never get the credit they deserve for all the successes, and me as community manager out here, obviously I'm taking the brunt of criticism and bringing that into the team for sure. I don't mind that. That's totally fine. Keep the feedback coming. I love it. This is what it's all about, and we take that in and make adjustments as time goes on. And some things, just so you know, the perception, like I said, versus reality, that VeVe may not be listening. That's not true. Fully listening. Some drops and some mechanics and stuff is already pre-planned, and sometimes you'll see changes happen in the future, not instantaneous. I know that's an expectation that is very hard to live up to for any company, and instantaneous changes, and adjustments. Things will go great, things will not go great. It's going to be a process over time. And as me, someone coming from the content creation side and from the community, it's really amazing to see the other side of things now and kind of connect with you guys and bring you guys kind of some more information that you can have so you feel a little bit more comfortable about what you're doing. But mostly collect what you want to go after, go after stuff in the store that you love and enjoy. Take your shots at different drops if you want, obviously, but just know this is a very long-term thing that's going on right here. And the stuff that's going to be announced, I wish I could share with you at this moment, but you'll see as time goes on right here. And I don't mean a long time, I mean soon, coming up, as we always know. It's kind of a funny thing with the soons and the whens, but seriously, it's really, really quite amazing what's going to be happening in the future and across all digital collecting platforms for sure. It's quite amazing. Now, for sure with the Blackpink stuff, like I said, we have this week, they're going to be dropping the gold and the silver and the pink and the silver. These are the scarce items, for the collectors in the app, to go after. And I mean, if you look at that whole drop, it's really quite fan friendly, allowing people to go after whichever one they want, collecting that free card, and then being able to go after, the scarce ones. So we'll see how that happens this week, because this video, I'm actually recording it before that whole thing comes out. So we'll see how that goes and how things go as well with the, Fantastic Four comic and the other stuff that's coming out as well. And once you get into June, I mean, there's so many fascinating things that are going to be happening. Just wait and see. It's going to be quite interesting right here. But we're here for the feedback. That's what I'm here for. And just me as, somebody who's been working at the company, it's been quite amazing. Let me back up a little bit and tell you how, just how the beginning is of how that happened. I actually applied for the position, of community manager quite a while ago. And then, went through the whole process like anybody else would for sure with, HR departments and interviews and the whole thing. It was quite a process and it was quite professional and it was quite high level. I was really impressed with how VeVe does this whole thing. They have whole departments around this whole thing. It was pretty amazing. And then once I was able to, get into the position, being welcomed right from the start, brought into all the different groups, met all the different staff members who are like, just like I said, working super hard, been included at, they've been asking for your guys' feedback through me and through other members of the work at the company. And just kind of trying to build something even bigger and better than ever before. When I was talking about Marvel Comics, coming in 2021 in August, the company obviously is much different than then. There's so many things that this company has now that we've covered on this particular channel for all through the years. I mean, just everything is all really coming together in regards to how the app is built and everything. And I know it's, people want things to happen quicker. And, the team is just working their butts off to make sure that that happens for sure. But just remember the highs and lows. And also, one thing is a personal bit of advice for yourself, who you surround yourself with and the kind of like, the people and the influence that happens around you definitely affects how you think every day. So make sure that you balance it out. If you're too negative with everything you're seeing, or if you're too positive with everything you're seeing, balance it out. Keep that, perspective, on the level, and it'll help you actually with your day-to-day, with how you interact with these collectibles, other platforms, in the whole collecting space in general. It's really important. People who are really experienced in the collecting world always try not to get too high and low on things. And, because, all it takes is one big announcement, then people are really flying high again. And then all it takes is a drop to maybe not be successful as people want. And then people go a little bit low again. So it's always good to kind of keep it down the level and in the middle, and always make sure that you're super respectful of other people's opinions and other people's love and fandoms. This is one thing that, we've been trying to do, and make sure that we can safe space for people to come and collect and love and enjoy their fandoms, and remove a lot of the toxic negativity that is just has no place in any kind of collecting space whatsoever. But it's going to happen. But the feedback is definitely critical and needs to come through for sure. Now, I really want to thank all of the content creators who are working so hard, in our community, hosting spaces, going on YouTube. Our Discord mods have been like really working hard, specifically through the Blackpink first week. The amount of numbers that were there are unbelievable. It's really crazy. The amount of people who showed up, and the interest was super high. And so we'll see how that translates over time. And remember, this is a whole new genre, a whole new community, a whole new group of people who have never heard of VeVe before. And it's up to us, the community, and of course the company, to reach out and give them a nice pathway here, expose them to digital collecting for the first time, and welcome them with open arms, and obviously, help them, guide them through the process. And of course, at the same time, nurture our community of collectors and people that have been here from the start, and provide them with even more opportunities to have fun and be successful. So this is the kind of stuff that I think about. This is just me on my channel talking to you guys, just raw. I'm just talking raw right now. I really appreciate for all the people who have supported my channel as well and stuck around right here during this drought where I haven't had any videos out. You'll see that I'm doing videos on the VeVe socials, with the VeVe comics and the weekly updates, and you can win prizes. I hope you guys are enjoying that stuff. Let me know if there's any other ideas you have of things you would like to be covered for sure from our team. And we're working super hard for everybody, 100%. I wanted to put this video out. I've been waiting to do this for a long time, and I felt this is the right time. Let me know what you think in the comments section. It's time for your thoughts as always. And we'll have more stuff coming up as well. Now, if you're just a member of my channel, nothing to do with VeVe, this is not a VeVe official video. If you're just a member of my channel, stay tuned, because I have another draw peg coming out for my members. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're in my Discord, check out for those giveaways that we're doing all the time. And from a VeVe side perspective, you'll notice that we're doing tons more giveaways than ever before. And you can get involved in those just by following the socials and checking things out. I hope you guys are, in trying to enjoy yourself, having a good time. Keep it level, keep your perspective in the right place. Look long term. This company's got plans that go well beyond tomorrow, or even next week, or even next year. So think really long term. Try to have some fun with all the stuff that you're having. And remember, like I always said on this channel, there's always opportunity, no matter what happens, in regards to aftermarket, things like that. I don't cover all that kind of stuff anymore, but if you go into the market, you'll see there's all sorts of opportunities, as always, during different periods of time. So make sure you're really smart about that, and try to enjoy yourself and have yourself a great time, and provide us with the best feedback that you possibly can. So I'm going to now let you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I will see you again in the next video. I'm really excited about this Fantastic Four comic coming up, this trilogy, 48, 49, and 50. I can't wait to add that to my collection. So, anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for your support, and happy collecting.